What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Dribble It Out. And today I want to talk to you about the 5 things that us NBA fans just hate or dislike. Now let's get started. So here at Dribble It Out, we talk about all sorts of NBA related content. So if that is something you're interested in, please consider subscribing with the bell so you always get the latest. So as NBA fans, there are things we love and then there are things that we really don't like. And that's what I want to share with you guys. And one of the top things that we don't like as NBA fans is when the refs get the calls wrong. I'm not going to dive too much into this because I actually made a video about it, which you can check right here. But it is very annoying when there are some calls that are either so clear or it's like, what are you guys seeing? This is especially when it's like the pivotal moments, fourth quarter, and right before the 2-minute mark where they can't watch the replays. And it's just really frustrating to see because every possession matters in the game, and when you get it wrong, the other team can possibly win. And come on, we want it to be fair. The second thing goes tied with the refs, and it is when the refs have a high tolerance for some players to get all up in their face without giving them a technical foul, and when there's another player who for any little thing might get a technical. Now, if you're gonna give a technical for one situation, let that be across the board no matter who it is. Because there are some players who have some really bad reputations and they don't get technicals, like Draymond Green gets all up on the refs' faces, starts yelling at them, cursing up a storm, and the refs just, it's fine. But then there's other players who just sneeze after a foul call and then, technical foul. Come on, like, if you're gonna call it on one end, call it on the other. So that unfair technical foul situation is getting annoying and it's very visible. There was this one game where the Magic only shot 8 free throws and the Denver Nuggets shot 36. Now, either the Denver Nuggets are really good at not fouling or the Magic are just horrible fouling. And let me tell you, I watched the game and it wasn't even close. They were giving technicals left and right to the Magic. It's like, whoa, like that's a huge discrepancy. 8 free throws in an overtime game, to mention. And the Nuggets went to the line and shot 36 free throws. Come on. Another thing that we fans hate is when our teams suck. You have a team that you want to be loyal to, but then they're tanking or they're just no good. And it sucks because you want to represent your team. Everybody says, oh, who are you a fan of? And you quickly like try to brush it under your breath. And then you start talking about the good teams, but in reality, that's not the team you really like. And it sucks because it could be years before they're even relevant. The Phoenix Suns have been down for so many years. In my case, the Orlando Magic haven't been relevant for over 6 years now. And it sucks to see your team struggle if you're loyal. I mean, there's a lot of fans nowadays that are not even loyal. They just jump on the bandwagon for whatever team is good. Now, of course, there are fans who just like a certain player. Like I have players that I like, but my team, no matter what, is the Magic. And this leads me to the fourth one. When your franchise player gets traded or requests to be traded, which is kind of like what happened with Cleveland last year, where he wanted out of the Cleveland Cavaliers and then went over to Boston, and it sucked because then the Cavaliers weren't as good as they were while Kyrie was there. We know they still made it to the finals because LeBron literally dragged them over there, but it wasn't the same thing. Then there are times where the player just gets traded away, and then this is how sometimes the tanking situation starts, or the teams are no good anymore because their franchise player, their best player, is no longer part of the team. And this leads me to the fifth thing us fans really dislike, and that's when our favorite players are not playing. And this would be either because they're injured, they're either sick, rest, personal time, suspensions, or maybe they got kicked out of the game for technicals. The game is not as much fun when your favorite players are not playing. And I honestly, when I see that my favorite player might not be playing, I might not even watch the game because it's not the same. When we go to the movies, we don't always pick a movie, oh, it's a great story. We usually follow the stars. Oh, this person is in it? Wow, I want to see that. Now, of course, story and the themes and all that has to do with it, but when we see our favorite actor or actress, it invites us more. So in this case, these stars, these players invite us to continue to watch them. And when they're not playing, it's not as fun. Like towards the end of the season when everybody's locked into the playoffs, and the best players are sitting down, nobody really watches that. And the league knows, which is why they went against the whole resting situation. But of course, the coaches are gonna find their way around it and say, oh, they're injured. Like, what are the odds that last year, everybody from the Golden State Warriors all of a sudden was injured? And it's only the key players. Klay Thompson was injured. Draymond Green was injured, Kevin Durant was injured, and so was Steph Curry, and they all rotated and took turns so they don't go down too low. But come on, we ain't that dumb. So these are some of the things that NBA fans might dislike or hate or whatever word you want to use, but let me know what you think. Do you agree with these? Do you have others that I might have not mentioned? Please let me know in the comments down below, and as always, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check out my other videos, and we'll see each other in the next one.